Nice. Deshaun Watson comes into this game, plays his first game in 2 years, does not do so well, but other aspects of the Browns decide to step up, and the Browns win, but the final score of 27-14, and it was just a game that you didn't feel like was going to be such a good game after the first half, and also the third quarter. That fourth quarter was spectacular, basically just a good win for the Browns. That's their first winning streak of the season. 2 wins this game, and then the game last week against the Buccaneers. Now, similar to last week's game against the Buccaneers, that defense played really well today, and they only allowed 14 points. They only allowed 17 against the Buccaneers. You can just see the consistency for the defense is starting to show up here with standout games by Denzel Ward, Tony Fields, and also Chase Winovich. Denzel Ward, a fumble recovery and a touchdown. Tony Fields, an interception and a touchdown. They made the largest plays of the game, and that defense overall played really well. But we can't also exclude special teams. The special teams just did awesome today. Especially that return by Donovan Peoples-Jones was just incredible. And they got it when they needed it, and that was before halftime, which would get them up 7-6 at the break. And not just the return from special teams, but they also, the fumbles I've been talking about from the defense on special teams, and overall just really good game from the special teams and the defense today. And now I'm going to go to what everyone's talking about, and that's Deshaun Watson. Now, Deshaun Watson has not played in 2 years. That is pretty obvious. And we knew that Deshaun Watson was not going to be perfect today. In fact, he was pretty rusty today, which is what we were to expect. The rushing game, not the largest presence there. Only 136 yards combined between Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. It was just outlined by the defense and the special teams, and it was overall just not a great day for the offense overall. But that defense and special teams stepped up, and that's how the Browns won. Now let's take a look at some of the game stats now. And passing today, Deshaun Watson, we knew he was going to be rusty. 12 for 22, 131 yards, and an interception. And that occurred in the end zone from when the Browns were on the Texans 11. And then Allen today, 20 for 39, 201 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. We haven't seen a multi-interception game from a opponent face this year, but we've seen it now. Rushing today, Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 80 yards, and Pierce, 18 carries, 73 yards. Kareem Hunt also had 9 carries for 56 yards. And then receiving wise, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and this is including his special teams stats here. 3 receptions, 44 yards, and he hit the touchdowns on that special teams return. And more, 3 receptions for 46 yards for the Texans. And as I said before, Tony Fields, 4 tackles, a touchdown, and Denzel Ward, 6 tackles, a touchdown. Let's take a look at the box score now. First down, Texans actually had more today, 16-14. They get that category. Total plays, both ran 61. Total yards, the Browns had more, 304 to 283. Total drives, Houston ran more. Yards per play, the Browns were averaging more, 5 to 4.6. Passing, the Browns were less in that category today. You can blame that on Deshaun Watson. Not that he's necessarily bad, but he was rusty. 201 to 130 rushing. Browns just destroyed them in that category. 174 to 82. And in the red zone, the Browns were 0 for 1. And the Texans were only 1 for 4. Penalties, we got 6 for 56, and the Texans 5 for 31. Turnovers, a lot of them today. Browns got 2, and the Texans got 4. 6 turnovers between both teams today. Defensive special teams touchdowns. The Browns today, which we haven't seen all year, 3 defensive special teams touchdowns, and for the Texans that didn't happen. Possession-wise, the Browns had the ball for more time than the Texans. That's your box score, and you can see from the stats that Browns did not have exactly the passing threat today, but not really much of the running threat, but they had that defensive and special teams threat and that was what was the key to the Browns winning. And great teams can score even when their offense, defense, or maybe even their special teams is not doing well. They can find ways to score regardless of the situation, and that's what the Browns did today. And it's going to get tough for the Browns, though. Next week, they're going to play the Cincinnati Bengals, who just came off of a big win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Bring us to the game predictions for next week. And I think we're very capable of winning against the Bengals. And we won against them earlier this year. But don't get me wrong, the Bengals are going to be a very tough team. I can see the Browns winning here, but I can also see the Browns losing here. I think the Browns are gonna lose here, but it will be a close game because that's just how we played over the last 2 weeks, and I think they'll carry that over to the Cincinnati game. I just think Cincinnati will come out on top, though. But that's gonna do it. Browns with 27-14 in Deshaun Watson's debut for the Cleveland Browns, and we'll see you next week for the Cincinnati Bengals game. And we'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah.